Good morning, friends, and happy Valentine's Day. This is Michelle Poremski with 180 Your Life and the 180 Your Grief Widows Empowerment Center. And I thought that I would share a quick analogy for Valentine's Day, which sometimes can prove to be a challenge for those of us who have been married and are no longer married. Namely, of course, I'm speaking for widows, but there are also divorcees or people who are single who Valentine's Day can be a challenge. So I want to tell you a quick story. Hey, good morning, Carrie. So one day, I really wanted I've always wanted to learn how to play the mandolin. Always. I just thought it was a gorgeous instrument. I found out before my dad died that he actually played the mandolin in Poland, and maybe that's partly why I wanted to do it. So I saved my money up and I bought what I thought was a gorgeous mandolin. And I was very proud. When Ari looked at it, I bought it like it was on OfferUp, like a Craigslist kind of a thing. When Ari looked at it, she goes, "I don't think that's a mandolin." I go, "It's a mandolin." And she's like, that's a really long neck on that mandolin. I don't think it is. The woman who was selling me the mandolin said it was a mandolin. So I bought it. And I thought, this is so unusual. It's so beautiful. And I took it to the Guitar Center because I wanted to find out, how do I play this? Maybe there's some lessons I could take. Let's just, make sure that this is actually a mandolin. Well, actually, I'm going to show it to you now. It's not a mandolin. It's a Turkish baglama. Yeah, that's what the guy looked it up. It took him like 15 minutes to figure out what this thing is. It's a Turkish baglama. I bought a Turkish baglama thinking I had a mandolin. And that's a lot like what widows are thinking on Valentine's Day. We're thinking, you know what? We really wanted to play the mandolin. Like, we really just wanted to be married and we just want to celebrate the love that we had or that we have. And we always just wanted to play the mandolin. But somewhere down the line, God gave us a Turkish baglama. And we're like, what the heck do you do with a Turkish baglama? And that's widowhood. And so for me, I have put this Turkish baglama, I put it on my wall. And I actually love the way it sounds. I'm going to play it. I'm not a Turkish baglama player yet, but isn't that gorgeous? I mean, I don't even know what I'm doing, and it's gorgeous. So what do you do if you always wanted to play the mandolin, but God did the big switcherooski and you got a Turkish baglama instead? You got to learn to play the Turkish baglama. How you learn to play the Turkish baglama? You got to go to Turkish baglama teachers. There's some of them on YouTube. It's gorgeous music. It's unlike anything else. Now, I can take this Turkish baglama and put it on the wall and say, every time somebody comes in, oh my gosh, what a story. I thought I was buying a mandolin, but here's the Turkish baglama. Here's the Turkish baglama. And we do tell that story. And sometimes we laugh. Now, in widowhood, you're not laughing about it. But in this instance, we are. And here's the challenge that we can embrace on Valentine's Day is a lot of us are recognizing that we got instruments that we didn't expect. We got instruments that we may not even want to play. We can put them on our wall and say, oh, which way is it? Yep, there we go. We can put them on our wall and say, I got an instrument I don't want to play. And that's the end of the story. Or you could learn how to play these amazing instruments and make music that's unlike anything else. And mandolin music is beautiful. There's a lot of people who play mandolin music. There's not that many people who play the Turkish baglama. Yeah. So widowhood is like that instrument. And I would even venture to say loss is like that instrument. And if we learn how to play it well, play it with God, because He is the ultimate instrument maker. And when we learn how to play it with him, when we learn how to widow well, when we learn how to single well, how to solo parent well, it is an unusual music that oftentimes people stop and say, what is that? I haven't heard that before. And that's the challenge. That's the gift that is available to us in this moment. So I wanted to read a couple of inspirational verses, but first I will play this beautiful. It's just beautiful. Now, like I said, I'm not a Turkish baglama player. Oops. I'm going to grab my Bible here. But I do know how to play widowhood. And so here's a little bit of music on Valentine's Day for those of us who celebrate it differently. Zephaniah 3:17 is one of my very favorite verses, and it says, "The Lord your God is with you. He is mighty to save. He will take great delight in you. He will quiet you with his love. He will rejoice over you with singing." I just love that. You know, that we can turn to God and learn how to play the instrument of the life circumstance that he's given us. One of the verses that I really have held on throughout my entire widowhood is from Isaiah 54, and it's verse 5. "For your maker is your husband. The Lord Almighty is his name. The Holy One of Israel is your Redeemer. He is called God of the whole earth." Well, if anybody knows how to play pain for a purpose, how to leverage loss into leadership, how to romance your heart, it is the maker of the entire universe. So while this Valentine's Day, some of us are saying, what do we do with a Turkish baglama? We learn how to play it. We learn how to play the circumstances that we're in and create unique music that in its strength and in its power, because I believe when we are trained properly through loss, that we can become powerhouse leaders, and our children become powerhouse leaders in the community, and they've been trained in compassion and understanding that others may have not had the opportunity to be trained in. So take the time to be still. Take the time to listen. Take the time to learn how to play your circumstances in such a way that it brings beauty to others, because then that beautiful music comes back and enhances your life as well. God bless. I know Valentine's Day can be a challenge for some of us, but you know what? Let's go be those troubadours with our Turkish baglamas and say, hey, our music might be different, but it's still gorgeous. Thanks. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.